ya ka re bona matshosedi a tsweletse le kgokgontsho ya mapoletsa ke le ka bolela ra go oketsa madi a ngo lephateng la bomu ya ke tla go kwetla go parlamenteng ka ne ke batla go tsona go tla mkupa gore madi a oketsele a tswe mo 200 million a tshema a ya go itale 500 million ya diriseng sentle a boele itshwelelweng a la mkupa me bukiti ra go leba ka go bomme bukiti ke wena ba tsetse ba lapa
ina faro ke ka supa gore sabe sa ga memo ditlhabolong se segolo thata e ka mo re reng mosadi a ya setšhaba kgotsa ga o ruta mosadi ga o ruta mme o ruta setšhaba mo
in Botswana, including the current leadership, have made huge and sustained advancements over the decades to improve socio-economic well-being of women and girls.
Re tshwanetse ra gakologelwa go le tswang teng ra gakologelwa bomme ba e leng gore ba ke a nna magaga ba ba nnileng le seabe sa go aga lefatshe la Botswana jaaka setlhogo se bua gore bomme ba na le seabe mo ditlhabololong tsa lefatshe la Botswana.
Furthermore, it was highlighted that the government will continue to provide sufficient resources to empower women and support civil society organizations in their efforts toward women empowerment. Sebastian Teboho, BTV News, Baje.
The private sector has been challenged to resuscitate programs that support the growth of local industries and small-scale businesses to enable them to compete both locally and internationally. The First Lady, Meneo Masisi, made these remarks at the inaugural Moreki Si Itaneng exhibition, which she attended with her Estonian counterpart, the First Lady of Estonia, Meseje Karis.
There are a lot of lessons that this country could draw from Estonia, particularly in attaining equal economic independence of women and how to overcome some of the challenges that they face. Estonia has managed to implement its welfare development plan for 2016 to 2023, which aimed at bridging the gender gap, especially at work and in the business space, to address gender stereotypes and accord the women equal opportunities with their male counterparts. It is against this background that the First Lady, Ms. Meneo Masisi, invited her Estonian counterpart at Moreki Si Itaneng platform to share their experiences.
Good education and knowledge are the things what guarantee you a successful future, independence, and also a better income. To motivate girls and boys like you, we in Estonia have been empowering them with digital and business skills, the future skills.
In the local space, small-scale businesses struggle to find markets outside their areas of operation due to lack of platforms that could create more market opportunities.
Can we have a central repository detailing gore go na le bo mang barekisi ke bo mang ba go kae ba rekisa eng ibile ba rekisa jana ile lobaka le le kae. This will help all of us.
Optimization of value chains across all sectors is also at a low scale, even though government continues to make efforts for businesses to thrive.
This is something that, it's worthy of being used, and that Botswana can stand out and actually export products that are made from something that grows in such abundance in our country.
The reforms are meant to refocus our laws, policies, and empowerment programs and align them with the current economic landscape. while affording women and our youth in general an opportunity to start income-generating activities for their sustenance and independence.
And let me encourage our youth to participate, to work together, and seek collaborations with similar industries in the Estonia Republic to expand their lucrative markets.
Both First Ladies encourage exhibitors to persevere, forge collaborations that could ensure sustainability in the business space. BTV News, Gaborone.
Now, a press release from the office of the president states that it is disturbed by a story recently published by Mehi on February 23rd, 2023, titled "Botswana, a Flawed Democracy," penned by Keto Sehwai, as it paints a deceptive and damaging view of Botswana's democracy. Government states that while it appreciates the role that the media plays in the country's democracy, especially in its education and advocacy function, the recent includes inappropriate headline variations and distorted portrayal of Botswana's democratic standing, which it says, if left unchecked, could skew public perception. The ministry further explains that the report's failure to delve deeper into the classifications of democracies and their defining indicators results in a skewed narrative that lacks critical context analysis, leading to misleading conclusions. It also explains that Resehwai's interpretation of the index literal has to capture the actual picture and meaning of the instrument. It also mentions that Resehwai conveniently chose to ignore the need for to explain the various classifications and their meaning of democracy as provided by the index, but instead chose to just list the categories of democracies without giving the reader the opportunity to fully understand what the indicators constitute. The ministry hence believes this leads to citing of facts out of context, therefore distorting what those facts mean, and in the end position conclusions that are not logically supported by the adduced facts. The release adds that by manipulating data from the Economist Democracy Index, the mirror story misleads the public and fails to provide a comprehensive insight to the state of democracy in Botswana. The release says, for the record, the Economist 2023 report scores Botswana 7.73 on a scale of 10, second to Mauritius with a score of 8.421 in Africa. And continuing, Good Hope District Council Reke Nale One Motsa says there is significant increase in the uptake of Own a Bin campaign in his district, a commendable effort by the community in collaboration with the council to ensure that the environment is kept safe and clean by safekeeping the waste. He revealed that during a full council session in Good Hope recently. Pel Pudhud.
House-to-house campaigns have been started across the district to educate people on proper handling of waste coupled with law enforcement, and several villages have been covered. Henceforth, in order for communities to comply with environmental cleanliness, Council has come up with initiative of introducing the anti-litter committees in respective villages.
I am pleased to announce that the campaign is gradually flourishing. As of today, we have a total of 179 out of the 264 refuse bins received from donations in September 2023, which have been sold for 51,860. This is a commendable effort by our community in collaboration with the council.
On other issues with regard to the community constituency projects in the district, councillors say they are pleased with how the projects are going and also have challenges they have encountered.
Me mo na kunya gompieno ha ke wela ke supe gore ko mabule gompieno re ne re na le tshologelo ya pavement, me pavement e ne re na le yone ga tla diphetogo tsa gore nya ha le tlhole la pavement ya no lo irelwa gravel, me Batswana kana barolong ba mabule ba supa le tshwenyego la gore ne re sa eletse gore re direlwe krabole e ka re ka bona re diretswe pavement ka jalo ya beetsero gape e isitswe ko motseng wa Phitshane. So ngongora ya bone ke yone ya gore re eletsa go bona re na le pavement ko mabule ka gore se kontere se helela gone ho
re na le di catering project tse leng gore kana ke kare di-tutoring programs tse leng gore di a dirwa mo dikolong tsa rona ka one madi ao a constituency a re a lebogelang thata hela gore a tla re berekela go tokahatsa maduo kana ha re rialo re ra ile gore bone ba mo mogolo a bone mo motsing ba nang le bokgoni le kitso ya gore ba ka thusa bana ba o jang ba tla ya ko dikolong tsone tseo kana kwa ha sekole se dule ba ba tsei ba ba rutuntshe gore ba kgone gore ba nne le boikarabelo le go kgona gore e re kana go tsa ditlhatlhobo maduo a tokahale.
Departments have been encouraged to come up with development plans for the coming financial year that sets a strategic tone in foundation, which will necessitate a stable microeconomic environment for attainment of Vision 2036. Tara Puduhudu, BTV News, Good Hope.
The Assistant Minister for Local Government and Rural Development, Rese Tabelo Mudukanele, says the Khosi play a vital role in nation building, especially their contributions in this democracy. Remudukanele mentioned this when addressing the Khosi at Big Valley near Lubatse. Lone Sekobo.
Mr. Mudukanele said at times when the country is facing challenges like use of drugs and immoral behavior, the Khosi, as usual, should be change activists of note just like before and call for orderliness, especially at family level. He further indicated that the society must work hand in hand with the Khosi for easy transformation of the country as well as addressing the national and international issues.
So when the supposed to sit hala, so listen, who were here on Jalisati, how could you reach Kawaka or Kosuhaka?
Hosi is a man, this is a man today. Sasabu Bahayam, Sichavayana, Pinahaya, our foundation.
Representing the Khosi, Chairperson from Tuya Khosi, Khosipuso Raboroni, mentioned that they are facing challenges which sometimes limits them in fulfilling their roles as the Khosi.
Khosi will be a visible, functional, and empowered institution of governance contributing to national development. Are we really visible? If we are not visible, what are the impediments or obstacles that hinder the institution from being visible? But that will a serious transformation of the Department of Travel Administration.
Local government. Seba se sologetseng ebile se re tshwanetseng ke gore re se dire re le magosi a lehatselelo.
The Khosi indicated that they need this kind of meetings time and again as it gives them a chance to express their concerns, which at times hinders them from playing their roles in nation building and transforming the country. Lone Sekobo, BTV News, Big Valley.
You're watching BTV News and thank you for staying with us. Now, Tato DJ Fresh Sikwane of Big Dog Productions, a company collaborating with the Department of Broadcasting Services to conduct a talent search roadshow across the country, says performing artists should be able to draw the line between performing for free for exposure versus being exploited by not getting paid for their performances. He said this in Charles Hill Village when the roadshow made its stopover to expose talent found in this upcoming village yesterday. Angela Enosa.
Perseverance and tenacity, especially in an industry as challenging as the entertainment industry, are the necessary tools one needs to break through to be able to make an actual living out of the craft.
When we decide gore ke ipapatsa versus ntwele, to know where to draw the line, because go iponagatsa ga ile gore people are taking advantage. So as you need to see gore this event ke nna ke tlhokang. Let me go perform for free. Ke supe se ke se tlisang to seralase. So I think you need to know when to do a free show and you need to understand where you're bringing value.
Charles, the residents say this initiative will take the artists far.
Abona mo budget speech ene heta re bonye budiragatsi bonelwa budget e go botokanyana wa gaiseng ga tse di itileng se supa gore puso e simolla go recognize gore so se go te intellectual property ke sengwe se batho ba ka khona go itshetsa ka sone tse creative industry ke gone ha ba tsenang teng gore e se ka ba mo ditemaneng hela e se ka ba makgobokgobong hela makgobokgobo a mo go wena kitso eo e ka khona gore kiwa kana wa rekisa wa tshela ka yona.
I'm really impressed. This is something that I've never engaged in a competition like this. Even to tell you this, neke positse mo music in 2020 because I felt like I get the help that I need. So like I had to stop doing music and engage myself in business because I feel like maybe even the type of music that I'm doing, I think I'm the first to do it. I rap in Herero.
Meanwhile, in as much as the artists want to be given a chance, they're implored to ensure they deliver quality content.
Bring something worth bringing. Bring something, bring value, be memorable. How people must say, because if you're not bringing that in your career as mudiraghatsi or in any other job then chances are not only you're wasting your own time, you're wasting the time of others. So give people a reason to support you. In your make sure it's worth it for the audience live on.
Having already made stops in various areas around the country, DJ Fresh says talent is galore, only that the artists have to be given a chance, someone out there giving them the much-needed platform to shine. Angela Nosa, BTV News, Charles Hill.
Now, the U.S. Embassy, together with International Law Enforcement Academy, ELEA, in Botswana, have partnered with the government of Botswana to train wildlife officers from across the world. The Deputy Director for ELEA, Derek Tolliver, shared this during the ongoing 2-week training in Gaborone. Refule Mutube and Bufelo Mutsumi.
The ongoing 2-week wildlife training involves specialized training for 32 countries and provides an overview of various wildlife trafficking investigative topics. This training is reinforced through field exercises, including facilitation on issues such as wildlife identification, raid planning, as well as money laundering. Deputy Director of ELEA, Mr. Tolliver, has also emphasized on the importance of this training as it maintains global contact and exchanging intelligence between countries.
The ELEA here is we train international partners from all over Africa and all over the world even. We have about 40 partner nations, 36 of which are from Africa. We have partner nations also in South America and in Asia. This week we're training wildlife investigative training. We have U.S. Fish and Wildlife here. It is a 2-week intensive course. 9 partner nations are here. 4 instructors from the United States as subject matter experts.
This week at the ELEA, we are concluding the wildlife trafficking course, and it actually entails countries from Africa, and then we also had participants that basically come from even the western part of Africa. So our goal basically, among others, was to build capacity for the law enforcement entities that are here. At the same time, we want them to build networks.
The United States of America wildlife conservation experts are geared to impart specialized knowledge to help this country to address challenges that affect its wildlife species.
I'm blessed and honored actually to be out here in Botswana assisting the ELEA group, International Law Enforcement Academy, with some procedures and the mission of conservation as far as wildlife is concerned. We're here sharing intel, bringing about awareness to certain tactics that are rapidly formulating in the field of law enforcement and policing, especially in the field of wildlife trafficking and smuggling.
This training initiative is expected to mitigate poaching threats, and by far, the government has experienced a decline in numbers of animals being poached since 2021 to date, signifying the importance of training like this one to tackle the threat of poaching and related challenges. Refile Mutube, BTV News, Gaborone.
Mayor Joyce Titanyo of the MJT Mabogo Textiles says some government initiatives such as the introduction of the Citizen Economic Empowerment Bill and the banning of importation on textile products has contributed significantly to the growth of local textile industry. Mayor Titanyo said this during an interview with BTV News at Letlhakane. Sebastian Tebo.
For many years, the textile industry in Botswana has been performing dismally. But to resuscitate it and other sectors of the economy, government introduced the Citizen Economic Empowerment Bill, which encourages the procurement of goods from citizen-owned companies. Government also issued the statutory instrument number 76 of 2021 under the Control of Goods, Prices and Other Charges Act, which imposes restrictions on the importation of school uniforms, shirts, jerseys and other textile products. These instruments are said to have played a big role in creating enough market for local enterprises, including growing the textile industry.
Market moments. For now, can get some man's like a whole kaola. Can Humpian and us tata Raban at go. Mihela Gadira di Keteni, Gadira Diaparosa Manalo, traditional wedding, the gown starting, Gadidira, Zabon Mirazabor. Kumpiana kirala depswan. So ala ke ko uniform ke ko depswan. Kirala ora pale jani. Ka go ba ngoni tsa batsenga di order ba ko bolo batse gaboroni.
As a proof of positive results in these government initiatives, MJT Mabogo Textiles received the BOPS certificate to prove that local companies are capable of producing quality and competitive products.
Re tsala hala gore nya batho ba botete ke batho ba ileng gore ga ba thabologa mme ke dumela gore mo letsatsing la gompieno ke itumela gore le rona re tsholeditse record ya botete ga ke itumelele Mabogo e le nosi gore ke se re slankana ke itumeletse botete as a whole because I'm the first go se tsa ke sone se ke se itumeletse mo go rokeng go a go rutloetsa le bangwe ka nna.
Meanwhile, there are some shortfalls that needs to be addressed in ensuring that local textile businesses continue to flourish.
But for now, I have 16. Me hala rapita kan. Wata gore ya no ke semole kwa. Ya no tšhelete ke ni SU. Bana ba rona la ha gompieno na ba rutiwa mo di brigade. Ga ba tswe kwa bana le kitso e tletseng. Ke sone o se le gore o itlhala go le bokete mo go rona go ba hayara like ha ngwa ha ke le busy ke renya mma ke batle ba ileng gore ba ka re thusa for nakwana o spenda na go entse moruta.
Mr. Tanyo employed Botswana to venture into textile business because it has proved to be capable of creating job opportunities, especially women who are mostly affected by unemployment. Sebastian Tebogo, BTV News, Letlhakane.
And that's how we end our news at this hour. And Tebogang Sebetlela is standing by in black and white to give you sports.
Thank you very much, Kelo Sabone. This is In Context Sports News. The second edition of GAPS Run by Night Marathon will come with a new concept of the Run GAPS Marathon Substantial Team Weight Loss Challenge. The founder of the Run GAPS by Night Marathon, Bagiso Mawila, said the challenge is aimed at supporting the wellness activities of different corporates and teams. Tlamelo Muntsusi.
According to Mawila, each team will have 10 members, and everyone who has registered for the Run by GAPS Night Marathon is eligible to be part of the Biggest Loser competition.
The biggest beneficiaries from this would be us as individuals and also the government, because the government is currently engaged in a serious fight against non-communicable diseases that continue to grow in the country.
The challenge will start with a group weigh-in to be performed on the 13th of next month, marking the official launch of the Biggest Loser competition. Each individual will be weighed and the weight will be consolidated into a team weight. Mawila elaborated that after this, team members will encourage one another to adopt healthy eating habits and engage in regular training to achieve weight loss objectives. To date, 43 teams and 430 participants have registered for the event.
Different companies or teams competing against each other on embarking on a healthy lifestyle to lose weight. The reason why we have crafted it in such a way that it becomes a team activity, is so that there is that support system given to those that want to embark on the healthy lifestyle journey.
Yeah.
If today as city you want to embark on that journey and you are doing it alone, it is easy for you to give up along the way because there's no support system.
The winner of the Biggest Loser competition will be announced on the 10th of August. The second edition of Run Gaps by Night Marathon, which comprises of 5, 10 and 21 kilometer races, will take place on the 17th of August at Game City in Gaborone. Tlamelo Monsisi, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
The Minister of Sports, Youth and Culture, Tumisora Kare, says the Tsabo Mini Stadium can be used by former sports players to mentor and coach school children. Rakare said this on a tour of the stadium, which is still under construction.
The construction of the Tsabo Mini Stadium is nearing completion. The 200-seater have a football pitch with artificial turf, athletics track, volleyball and netball court, changing rooms as well as kiosks. When touring the stadium, Minister Rakare said the aim behind the construction of the stadium is to increase access to sporting facilities in rural areas like Tsabong.
Let's identify bangwe ba ile gore ba teng kwano ba kile abi ele di athletes tsa rona gongwe ba tshameka at the highest level. Ona le mongwe kile a tshamekela roller si kile a tshamekela.
Let's put the stadium into full use by identifying people in the community who used to play sports to coach youngsters.
Honorable councillors, the Tsabong District Council and myself are working on the modalities of how the stadium, particularly completed buildings, will be used to benefit the Tsabong community. This follows instruction from the ministry that the stadium can now be handed over for partial use by the community. The completed buildings or structures are the stadium boundaries completed, ticket booth, one ablution block and block of kiosk.
After touring the stadium, Rakare went on to watch an Orange FA Cup clash between local side Desert Nkau and Pula Roofing. BTV Sports.
From In Context, the sports news that was all we had for you this hour. Until we meet again later in the day with our Stona Bulletin. For now, thank you for staying with us and good afternoon.
O tsogile jang mo nakong tsa gompieno re har harilwe ke malwetse